Hi guys, this is Joy Ani, and welcome to my channel, Joy Ani Scrapping in My Own Private Idaho. And today I am continuing on with the 30-day challenge of Christy's Beautiful Life. This is day 3, and the sketch we're working on. This is the sketch. I guess that works out a little bit better. Oh, I got a tickle in my throat. So this is the sketch that we're going to do today. It is by Stephanie Olson, and it says Mama Bear 1900. I really like this sketch, and I have I'm using new stuff, but I'm bringing it in from several different places. So the paper pack that I'm using is called Autumn Memories. It's the new Autumn paper pack. This is the sticker sheet, which I did not use, but I used the paper pack that went with it, and it's the new scrapbooking papers that Stampin' Up! Has come out with. And so I will show you what I've used, and I also am using Paper Pumpkin. So Paper Pumpkin is a subscription that comes out once a month, and I usually turn them into scrapbook layouts. So with the Paper Pumpkin you can make 12 cards, and I am using this card. I'm stretching it out, and that's what you see right here. So let's go ahead and get started. For my base I am using this paper is vanilla, and I've done a fun treatment using my Spectrim Noir. So Close to My Heart sold these markers. They used Spectrim Noir markers, and they used, I believe we had their colored pencils, their markers, and these metallic paint markers, which they would have them if they had a project that used them. So they were very short-lived with them, but they were a lot of fun. And you can see, I'll show you the treatment that I did, and I'm going to show you how I did that. So I have very lightly gone around the corners of my page. I did gut my paper. You can see how I gutted my paper. And so gutting means I have ran my paper cutter. I set it down and I cut it in between, and then I use the middle for my backing pieces. And I use this Spectrim Noir all the way around, and I also used it, and the reason I did that was because if you look at the Paper Pumpkin pieces, so these are pieces, this was a card, let me show you the card that I cut out of that. So these were on this card, and I simply cut them out. So this was what the card would look like. I cut out these pieces, and because when I saw this layout, I thought, oh, that's the perfect thing. So I thought, oh, I'm going to use this. So I used that for that. So, but they have these copper flecks on there that are really cool. And then I remembered I still have my Spectrim Noir paint marker. So I'm going to go ahead and use it. So just to add a little bit of fun, and I practiced, I would not have had to do this middle piece, but I was practicing. You can see I kind of went off a little bit. And I'll show you how I did that. So I'm going to show you on the smaller one. I did this with all of them. But if you want to try this technique, it's really easy and a lot of fun, and it just adds a little bit of something. And I might go back and do this on my journaling one. I've decided I'm going to do this on my journaling as well. And actually these journaling strips was cut up from an envelope. So when I break into a pack, I don't mess around. So I'm going to show you how I do that. So the first thing you do is I'm going to just have a copper line. So this one is the point, ooh, this is a 0.4. Oh dear, I might not have my 0.7. Well, let's see if this is the thick one. One's a 0.4, one's really thin, and one's super thick. Well, this is the thicker one. So the 0.4 is the thicker one. I am using this on my mess mat. So I'm just coming along here, and I'm just going ahead, and and it just adds a little, oh, it didn't put any on there. So I had a different, my other ruler worked a little bit better than this one. So I'm going to try again. First you don't succeed, try again. Of course it's not going to work when it's on camera. And just, well, that gives a little bit. See how it adds just a little something? And so I'm going to do that off camera. I won't bore you to tears doing that, and I'll show you. That one was a little bit small, but this one I'm going to go ahead and do, and I'm going to just run it along the side. I think my marker is actually running out. If you see, if it you do need to shake these up a lot, and see, that's why I'm doing it on the mess mat. And see, I'll just take and color that in a little bit. I just do it on the edge, and mess mat will, because it's, I'm not for sure what the paint is. If we had smell-o-vision, you could see these things really do smell, and they're going to take a little bit to dry, so I'm going to set this off to the stage, off the side before I put on there. But see, once it gets going, I didn't get my narrow, there's a narrow one I thought about using for journaling, but I shook that bang, and it did not come out. And I did buy it used, bought it from my friend, so and I don't know if it just dried up or what the deal was. She accidentally had two, and I don't know if she stored it in her car, but anyway, I couldn't get the narrow one to work, but this one has been working great. So it just adds a little detail, and I did that all the way around. That's where I got that from. So let's go ahead and get started on this, and I'll show you more what I've done. Okay, so, and I'm referring to my picture. Now, in the past, a lot of the Christie's Beautiful Life, I'm going to put that so I can make sure I'm following it precisely. So I'm going to go ahead, and then I'm going to set this. This paper is cut at, this background is cut at 11.5 by 11. So I'm going to go ahead and put that down, and I'll show you how I kind of had to fuss a little bit to get this to, because I'm basically taking two cards and making it, I'm taking two cards and making it into a layout. I just don't, I like the idea of making cards. I just don't, I just am not much of a card maker, and when I do make cards, I forget to send them. I actually give them for presents. I have, when I go to, a pack of cards is a great gift if you're going to like a dinner and for Christmas, and it's just a nice little present. In fact, my daughter's sister-in-law said, "You could just give me a box of cards every year." So that's actually the only time I really make a lot of cards. So I'm putting this down, and it's at 1/2 inch. So it's 1 inch from the bottom. I'm sorry, 1/2 inch from the bottom, 1/2 inch from the top, 1/2 inch from the side. And the reason you cut this at 11.5 is because I like the look of when it matches. So I'm going to kind of do this thing. Let's finish this page first. Okay, one thing I need to get focused. So this Cricut cut, this is a Cricut cut file. It comes just like it is, and well, it does. Of course, you have to cut it with your Cricut. But this is a Nancy Fan title. I use a lot of hers, and you can see when I made this layout, this is what I used. So this was, see how I pieced the card pieces, and that way I cut this one. The card was actually 4 inches, so I trimmed off 1 inch, which gave me 1 inch on both sides. And then I'm going to put this, when I'm looking at the picture, mine is a little bit wider, so I am putting it up at 11. So I'm going to glue this, I'm going to adhere this down at 11. And this espresso, so this is espresso, which is it's the new two-tone paper that, I'm sorry, it's Early Espresso, and it's the new two-tone colors that Stampin' Up! Has come out with. So I really do like this I love fall and I love leaves, so it was a win-win for me. Okay. All right. So there I have that, and then according to my picture, if you're looking at my picture, then this one, this sits, it sits up on the tile like this, but I need it to cover up part of this. So I am what I'm doing is I'm going to kind of strategically place things so that I can get away with not having, because I would have loved that as paper. And the nice thing about the paper pumpkin is usually they coordinate really well with what you got going on. So I'm not going to glue things down until I get everything arranged the way I want it. So I know this one goes here. See how I'm covering up my gabosis. If you don't have enough paper, if you're running low on a pack and you don't want, I used to just buy tons and tons of packs of paper, but then I had so much left over. So I'm trying not to do that. So I'm going to put that. So this is from the card. I love this, and I'm going to just scoot this down to. It has kind of that edge, so I don't really like that. So I'm gonna scoot it down pretty far so that I can have that. And I will add more leaves later. I'll show you some of the leaves that I've done, and I'll show you some of the things that you can do to extend your paper pumpkin kit. I use all of the elements. I trace around the leaves, I use the negative space. Yeah, okay. So I'm going to have this right here. I am not concerned. I'm going to center this, and then I am just going to, you know, when you make a mistake, I didn't actually make a mistake on this one. What happened was I am being conservative. So I'm putting this one here, and I am just going to fill this in with leaves until it covers up my gap. So, and I'll show you where you can get some more leaves from. I'm not going to have you, it takes me so long to get things the way I want them to be. I'm not going to have you watch me do all that, but I will. It was this one. Okay. Oh no, I want the yellow one in here. Why some of these leaves are partial is because I cut them from the top of the envelope, because I would rather. So that looks really good. And I am putting this little, put this off to the side like this. I used to do it with, I just knot things, but I didn't like how that looked. So, and I'm not great at putting this. Are you seeing the top of my head? Can you see what I'm doing? Okay. I'm going to go ahead and put some of these down because, okay. All right. And actually, because these pictures are going to be for, we're headed to the pumpkin patch. We go every year. There's a local one that I always like to support little local things. It's called Flaming's Farm, and last year we went and it was raining and we literally had the entire place to ourselves. And so my daughter was saying, let's go, I hope it rains again and we can go again, which isn't, you know, I feel bad for the people because they'd hired people there. And I'm just going to put this one. So I put the glue dots down. I'm only going to adhere this one glue dot so that I can put my pictures on, because this will be my family picture. So you know, it's one of those things, which comes first, the chicken or the egg? And so which comes first, the pictures, and this leaf that I'm putting here, that's from the paper pumpkin. I'll tell you which parts are from the paper pumpkin. This one's from the paper pumpkin. I'm just going to adhere that very lightly right towards the bottom, because I'm going to have to slide my picture in, and I don't want to have a problem. So this sleeve, I want to show you what I did with this sleeve. So this sleeve right here, I cut out of the envelope, and I traced it from here. I just took a black pen. See how nice that looks? So you can use the negative space. I often use a negative space on things, especially if I'm kind of short. I don't have, because I'm new to Stampin' Up, I don't have all their papers. So if there's a way that I can get paper, I'm going to get paper. And so this was from the envelope, this was from the envelope, and okay, so I'm happy with that. And then let's look at our sketch again. So I have the cluster over to this side. I have my 3x4, and 3x4 is my absolute favorite size of pictures. And I'm going to put this right here. And I'm going to leave this kind of plain, so when you look at this video, the thumbnail picture, or the picture you see when it has the title, that is my finished picture. So a lot of times I will add some things to it, and so that's why they sometimes look different. You think, oh, because I'll add things off camera, like this I'm going to have to add off camera because I am missing, oh, here it is. There it is. This is the one I added to. So if you have any Spectrim Noir pins left, and you've got this paper pumpkin, these go really well together. I'm also, in the paper pumpkin, there is a little snail, and I'm going to grab my little snail, and see, here are some things that are in the paper pumpkin, and I'm looking for my little snail. I might have to add him later if I can't find him. Oh, here he is. So my snail, I'm going to put over on him. I'm going to pop dot him up him and put him right there. And he is going to, he's facing this way. So I thought he's really cute. So this is also, because I'm looking for things to do with the paper, with Stampin' Up, like these icons. So that's why I joined Paper Pumpkin, even though I'm not a card maker, because they have a lot of really cute stuff that goes with that. Okay, so so this page is finished. I might add some leaves up here, and there is a paper, they have a small stamp. I'll show you the ones that I cut out. I will either cut out these leaves and tuck them around here. This is where I cut the inside of this to make this leaf, and I actually use this as my journaling. So no spots are going to be unwasted. All you card breakers are out there going, oh, you cut up that beautiful kit. And I will say that this month's, which is probably one of my favorite ones that they've had. Super great for scrapbooking. Maybe because I just love fall. Okay, so I'm going to set this aside, and then we're going to really focus on this right-hand side. So I'm going to put my, you can't see me looking at it, but I am looking at it. So I'm going to move this over to the side, because this is, and I'll bring that one back to make sure everything is lined up, and I'm going to slide this one over. So, remembering that I adhere, okay, so this one, I'll show you my oopsie. So this one I have glued down already because I made a mistake, cut it too short, and so I have it right here, so I glued that down. I did add the copper with the Spectrim Noir pen, and I want to make sure that in the picture, the 3x4 and the 4x6, they line up. So let's do this right here. Well, let's just make sure that this lines up. So here we go. So you can see that I did not, because I only wanted to use 2 cards, because I can make this kit comes with 4 cards, so I can still make 2 of these cards. I'll show them to you. This is the card, the completed card, with the paper pumpkin, that I'm using the middle of. So I can still make 2 of them because I will have the parts left for the 2 of them if I want to. But I'll probably steal those because they're way too cool. Alright, so I am adhering my, so I have this go to the edge like this, and wherever there is a gap, I'm just going to put a leaf. So if you have boo-boos, or if you want to use paper but there's not quite enough, you can go ahead and fuss around a little bit and make sure that it works. Okay, so this one is going to go down here like this, and that is, it is at 11. Oh yeah, I love it when it all lines up. Oops. Let me double check. Okay. This is the most important part, even though, you know, you can have a little fudge. I feel like there's a little bit of fudge space because when your albums sit together. Okay. Alright, so this is, it looks like it's right at, and even though I get this straight, sometimes my brain tells me, you can see how I struggle with things being straight. I think that's at 11. Perfect. So I'm going to go ahead and adhere that. And then we'll work from there, now that we've got our base down. So I will put the dimensions and anything that I have available on my website. I will put it down. So Christy's Beautiful Life is 30 days of sketches. This time they're 2-page layouts. I'm going to try to play along. This is day 3, and I've had a YouTube video every day, and I hope to be able to continue on. But if I don't, I'm just not the kind of person. I'm not gonna lose sleep if something happens and I can't get it all done. I'll just not get it all done. It's not like when I used to work. I had to get stuff done. I'm retired. I can do it whenever I want. Don't you love the fact that I'm still fussing with this thing? Okay. Okay. Maybe if I'm not so heavy-handled. Okay. Yeah. Okay. It's at 11. We're good. So our layout shows us that it's going to be right across. So our 2 pictures are going to start at the same thing, even though one's 4x6. And we are, oops, I am going to have this, oops, I forgot, I have a little 3-inch piece right here. Oops. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Use your imagination. Okay, I'm going to have to cut this piece. This is going to have to be cut at 3 inches. I don't have a paper cutter here, so this is what you do. I forgot to cut this. So I need a 3-inch piece. I'm going to, since I don't have a paper cutter and you don't want to see me run around my room, I don't even know if I could find it in my room, to be quite honest. And I'm going to draw a line or something. I just need to draw a line. This is what we call you probably hear the TV in my house because we are not quiet people. I used to wait until it got quiet, but I am trying to do this ahead so that, well, you know what, I'm just going to take scissors and try to cut straight. I just need a 3-inch because that's how I'm going to have my pictures be in a 1/2 inch. And this is the reason I have this, even have this strip, is because I trimmed off the top. So I'm gonna, that'll be 1/4 inch, 1/4 inch. straightened up. The struggle is real. That's a little bit. Okay, I will trim this off. I'm going to lightly glue this down and I can trim this off camera because you don't want to see me sitting around waiting for this thing. Okay. Alright, now I'm going to put my pictures down. This is a 4x6 and I really, you know what, I'm going to cut another 3" because I just remembered I had this is real life. When you try to be chintzy with paper, this is what you get. You sometimes have to piece things. And where is the rest of that? There that is. I'm just going to, because I don't want that, I can always put a leaf there, but as I am remembering, I remembered that I had a 3" piece, quarter at the end right here. It's kind of like when you cut things too short, but I didn't actually cut it short. I'm just trying to stretch this paper. Okay, so this one I could have it go. Okay, so my picture is, I've got my 3/4 one right here, so I can either put that there. No, I'm going to put it over here. So I'm going to put, this one goes here, and so then I can put this, it doesn't really matter anymore, because it's going to be, now that I have that lined up, that's what I did. I forgot what I was doing. I think, I'm going to do it this way, sorry. I just didn't want the hole to be underneath. I don't want you to see the hole, but I made it. Okay. So then this one can go like this, and then this can go like this. Well, that's my son-in-law. I'm not sure if he's growling at the child or the dog. It really could be either. Oh, then that's not right. Okay, I'm going to put this one down first. So I am, okay, so the whole family's going to get going here directly. Okay, so this one I'm going to put here. And that one is at 3/4 out. Move this over a little bit and tuck it under. Good thing tape is repositionable, but this is a good thing to show you what it's like when you're trying to preserve paper. Okay, so I can have it right there. And you know what I'm going to do is I'm going to have this one go flush, and then I don't have to worry about the gap poses. So I'm going to just go ahead and have that one go there. It changes how and that's, you know, I wanted to use this paper, so sometimes you have to make a sacrifice. Okay, and then I'm going to make this one goes up like this, and I'm going to have it right at the edge. Oh, why is that one? It's like this one. You know what? This one I'm going to have to change. I cut this one at 4.5 by 6.5. I think I can switch these two out. You know what? I will just, I'm not going to glue this one down very much. Just know that I'm going to go ahead and change this to a 4.5 by 6.5. This one is a 1/4 inch smaller, and I will go ahead and change that because I like the thicker one. I was experimenting with the gold. So this has, so we have this piece right here, and it kind of comes in like this. It's supposed to be, I don't like, I like it like that. I like it like that. So that's how it's going to be. And I'm going to have my journaling. It's going to go right here. I'm going to glue my journaling down. If I find some cute little copper sequins, I'm going to stick those on. I am going to add, actually, I just, on this one, I'm going to put, so I'm putting the, this is like wrapped twine. I'm going to put that down here. And I don't like that. I might add the wrapped twine later, but I'm not going to have to. I'm not going to have you guys watch all of that. So I'm going to add some things here, and I might move. I'm going to have to move some things around like this. But this is the basic. See, I don't like how far over this is. So I'm going to kind of monkey around with the side of the paper, add some bling. And so when you look at the picture, it's the finished one. But if you don't like see how it's, to me it's just too much and this one's farther over, I will move and add some, just add some softness with some leaves. And so you'll see the final product. I will change it and I'll put the things that I changed, but this is my day 3, and since I'm in a hurry to get things gone, since I'm going to be gone, I hope you enjoyed this. Please like and subscribe, and I hope you'll look at your paper pumpkin differently and maybe turn some of your cards into layouts. Talk to you later. Thanks.